Oh, yes.
All right. Next. Let's see. Do you want Frozen Lance or Foregone Power? Let me try this with Foregone Power. Okay. Got a Herzl's Horde. Animus of Will, Helical Crystals, Wildwood Sap. The Sinner's Salve is so much easier to play with here. Firestone Housing is probably more powerful, though. I'm gonna take the Sinner's Salve. It's nice and easy. I want to Thornlord this because we're paired with, what's it called? The Conduit Boys. Because we're paired with Stygian, and I think we can Spell Sling pretty well. We've got Astrile. So we really want to set up Wildington and the Animus of Will on the bottom floor. And we just want to do whatever we can to cope with the invasion. Yeah, if it decayed, I probably, like, wouldn't have the same kind of problem with it. Just make sure we're not losing a bunch. These spikes really suck. Okay, not taking damage on the Animus here. Definitely play a Spear Steward. Then I think we have to Helical. Even playing Foregone Power doesn't get me the kill on that. So he just gets away. I have no target damage, only front damage. Well, the boss we're running into does not have spikes, but he has a goon with spikes. Great. How trollish. It's enough damage to kill the Animus on the first swing, too. If Wildington gets up to 30 attack, I'd have to play 4 spells. See, if I Root Seeds Wildington, I think it works. No, we're 1 damage short of killing the Sycophant without the Animus dying. Oh boy, this sucks. Alright, what can I do from here? Do we just Frostbite him and hope for the best? It's not wrong. That's the gas we had. We're gonna take 2 hits on the fire, from what I see. Ugh. You gotta keep your stuff up away from your cat, or get your cat out of the room when you're eating. I think I'm taking Steel Enhancer here. It's very good in spell slinging. Works well with the Animus of Will. Let me see. I have discard enablers, so I think I like the Crypt Builder. Alright, let's see. I think we want to spellcast a heck of a lot. We might want to try to put an incant character along with Wildington instead of the Animus of Will. Let's see. So we've got 2 Merchants of Steel with Awoken banners. I think I'm going the Merchant of Magic with the Stygian banner here. We actually have spells I would like to upgrade for once. Lodestone Totem and Nameless Siren are both very powerful. These are both very, very good effects. And Lodestone Totem is deployable, although it's a lot of energy. It's like Sap 1 on Incant is wild. It's even stronger than it seems, actually. Like, oh, you might not have a spot to get the cat away from the Dr. Pepper. You might need to have, like, drink containers with lids at the ready. The mollusk run. The mollusk is coming up in a bit. He's the secondary guy. Oh man, you're screwed. Yeah, you're screwed. You need to get sippy cups for real. There's nothing wrong with having a sippy cup. If this Nameless Siren was the other Siren, I would be more engaged with it. The one that gets health and it gets attack and health per stack. But naturally we have goddamn Chosen of Dominion again. I'm taking the Lodestone Totem. I want all my enemies to not be able to attack ever. I'm gonna hold over Steel Enhancer, and this is the game where we just find Spell Chain Steel Enhancer and we do whatever we want, right? That is my take on what's gonna happen. 10 magic power is the best thing to do for Crypt Builder, right? If I don't want holdover Crypt Builder, 10 magic power is probably ideal here. I think Permafrost is good with Crypt Builder. Oofda. Well, you've kind of got a kid, I guess. Alright, right now we're still using the Shield Stewards as tanks, although I can't deploy them immediately. How bad is Pyre Dampener here? Oh, I have, that's right, I have Herzl's Horde. It's not that bad. So my 8 deployment goes down to, 7 deployment energy, so I can still play out all my guys. That's the big concern. I am going to incant less naturally, but I can still play out my Calcified Embers. One of the funny things about this is you can cast these stings during deployment. And I think in a lot of cases it's actually good, because it gets you +3 draw on your first turn. I'm going to try that. Yeah, because I have this big old hand to look at now. That's nice. I think I still need to be Steel Enhancering here. Yeah, you guys don't get to attack anymore. Putting a straight up embargo on that behavior. Alright, I need to play Helical Crystals on this floor to collect the Extinguisher. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Bad RNG. Bummer. Once again, I'm kind of stuck. I should be able to set up a Crypt Builder play here. We're doing pretty good. He's gonna get the drop, the sap, and the frostbite's gonna play out too. Oh look, it's Crypt Builder. That's fun. Do I want to spare Sting? 4th Sting? I think that just helps. Like, up to 5 stings is good for us, right? Is it ever sharpened? Pretty comfortable with Sting. Titan's Gratitude is good damage. Cuddle Hex is like soft card draw. Is retaining 1 card in your hand is kind of like drawing a card on your next turn. But we're mostly playing out or discarding our hand, so I think it doesn't help very much with the setup that has Forgone Powers. I think it's better in the other setup. I'm going to try a Titan's Gratitude. It's good damage. Sometimes you do what you must. Is it a Merchant of Steel here? So, Lodestone Totem naturally does a lot better if I give it, like, dualism. But it's a very fragile thing, so I need to give it, like, dualism and health. And even then, there's a point where it might die on Seraph Eternus. The thing that's funny about it is that when it comes to Dominion, it can stop Dominion from attacking by sapping his attack down to nothing. If you hit this guy with, like, 10 or 15 sap, he stops mattering. And we can actually plan for that. That's viable. So, the debate here is, do I need a Pyre Remains? Is this Pyre Hunter? No, this is Knockback Archeon. Knockback Archeon also kind of sucks. That's not cool. I've got an Awoken unit draft. What Awoken units do I actually want? Because I can't play Cultivators. That's one of the things that makes Wildington a little hard to play, is Cultivate units don't immediately work. And that's pretty limiting. So I'm either looking for, like, dualism and health upgrades off the Merchant of Steel, which are helpful, or, like, generic equipment. What are my generic equipment hits? I mean, obviously there's, like, the Quick Dagger, plus 15 attack. Not bad. Hard to hate. Meat Shield on Wildington is not bad. The rings on Wildington that set his attack equal to his health, we don't want to do that with Incant Wildington. And I want to play Incant Wildington because I'm on, like, the Spellcaster setup. I really think I need more units, so I'm going to come over here even though my health is really low. Okay, so we've got a Titanite option. I'm going to take Heartstone for the Lodestone Totem. I think I might take a Speedstone for the Animus of Will. Yeah, I think this is fine. That's a reasonable upgrade to do on that character. Remove another Spear Steward. This is possibly a little premature to remove this guy. There's also an argument actually for Thornstoning one of my Shield Stewards. It's not the worst move in the world. I got my upgrades before picking a unit. That's dumb. I was supposed to pick a unit, obviously. I'll take a Thorned Hollow here, I think. This is kind of suboptimal in both cases. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Although with all the sap I'm doing, this guy's a lot less good. Sapped units don't attack in. I might have to, like, abandon the sap plan. Okay, obviously, we have to take permanently gain 5 magic power and put it on the Crypt Builder and hope that wins the game. Because this event is free because we can play the Blight for free, so the Blight is just, like, -1 card drawn. But if we can scale this to the moon, maybe we just win the game. If I'm hyper-scaling this, maybe I want the boss... maybe I want the boss fight on the top floor, and I build for that. You know, putting the Lodestone Totem behind Wildington on the top floor is not the worst plan either. Let me try it. Because it does give me the promise of possibly more scaling. So I'm gonna do this. The awkward thing I've been finding about Wildington is that he's not exactly a great tank or good damage. So a lot of his builds are pretty awkward. What's it called? Because Predator Wildington is like, he's okay damage. His further upgrades give him like multi-strike 2, which is kind of decent. But you don't really have great offensive scaling cards in Awoken anyway, so you have to pull those from somewhere else. And then, what's the other thing? Cat lottery. That is how people get cats. Maybe we just sap Archeon into Oblivion, and that is how this fight works. Can I ignore the bottom floor here? Yeah, basically. That's pretty close to sapped into Oblivion. I'll take that out of the way. One of the problems I'm gonna have... Oh, actually, that's fine. It's fine. Actually, just... Helical, Titan's Gratitude... All of Forgone powers get soaked by this ominous Acolyte, so I'm not going to do that, but we'll throw them at him. No, we just sit on the top floor and throw them out to incant Wildington up. Look at this guy messing up my unit order, making things super awkward. It's so hard to work with. I think I throw some stings up here and, like, toss a Crypt Builder at this dude, because it's the only way I'm going to kill the Shield Bearer. But it sucks, because it means I'm not going to get my scaling on the Crypt Builder, and that might be the case throughout most of this game. Like, I don't know how I'm going to scale this thing if I'm discarding my whole hand every time. This is more damage. Well, he doesn't get to attack anymore. That's really funny. We lost our Ancient of Will. It's kind of a bummer. Once again, to clear the floor, I have to just discard this. So I'm not actually getting any extra scaling off it, because I have to play it every time I draw it to, like, deal with problems. That sucks. Sapping a lot on the top floor is kind of nice. Probably play this. I am doing less damage per cast. But I just need one more cast to make the Savage Spearman do no damage. Pretty sure we win these. And I think I can win this without playing the Crypt Builder. I'm not going to play the Crypt Builder because I have no way of discarding it. But, yeah. We got one turn of scaling. Doesn't feel great. Okay, Deep Offering is kind of interesting. We don't have a way to play around Channel Song in a way that's particularly strong, unless we just don't play units in our initial build, which I think we probably can't get away with. I know Siren Song is strong, obviously. That one's just really good. I think it's probably Siren Song here. There's a chance that it's Deep Offering, because Deep Offering plays my Crypt Builder for free, and I can just build more offering cards, and it's pretty good. Wait, does Deep Offering ever go infinite? If I remove Consume from it and make it cost 0? No, because my hand will never be 6. My hand will never be, like, less than 5 cards. It's discard your hand, so you can't hold anything in hand while you do your Deep Offering bullshit. It can never redraw you the same hand, because you would have to have a 6-card deck. You would have to have a 5-card deck, and I don't think there's any way to get there with 3 cards forced to be unpurgeable blights. You would literally have to have Deep Offering and one other card be the only cards left in your deck. So that's not gonna happen. But it is theoretically like regular old gas with offering cards. I'm gonna take Siren Song. Siren Song is so good. It's really hard to ignore how good Siren Song is. So we have another incant unit, but it's another, like, defensive incant unit. So there's a possibility that the proper floor is Wildington sits behind a guard of the unnamed, and then behind them is like the sap totem. That could be kind of cool. Cold Kaylee is actually like a good unit. Like, hey, do you think you maybe want good units at some point? That's tempting. That's tempting. So I don't really have the bottom floor on lockdown right now, and Cold Kaylee is an excellent bottom floor unit to just, like, actually deal damage to enemies. I'm gonna try that out. I might need to go without Hell's Flame here, because I think I really need Heaven's Light. We only do mid units here. No good units allowed. Wildington is always, like, troubling me with the fact that he's, like, such a wide boy. He's, like, a really, like, being size 3 and not definitively solving a problem vexes me. There's so many champions that, like, sit at size 2 and nonetheless are good tanks. And Wildington is, like, a mediocre tank, mediocre damage, and he's bigger than everybody else. It's really annoying. I think I actually do go size here, because my hands are not that expensive, and I've got Sinner's Salve to help me actually play things. I think we go with this, and I think we really need to, like, artifact monger our way through this run as much as possible. So I'm thinking Merchant of Trinkets. Although I have a number of spells we could upgrade. Artifact mongering usually helps us when we have, like, mediocre energy flow. That's what he gets for being from the first game. But the Sentient is really, really good. The Sentient is like a top-tier damage unit or a top-tier tank, or both sometimes. Because the Sentient is busted good. And the Sentient is only 2 wide. Oh, it's incredible. Okay, so for magic upgrades, if I go for magic upgrades, the thing I'm looking for there is probably holdover, no, not holdover, Spell Chain Steel Enhancer. There are a couple other good finds there, I think. Because we could find, like, Intrinsic, and I think that's valuable in some cases. But if I go this way, I get money. And then I can hit a Merchant of Trinkets with that money. This probably only gets me 1 artifact. Outliers are not considered in the average. I mean, like, we have to call Fel an outlier too, and then Phoenix, because Phoenix is good. Orochi is mediocre in most of his iterations. Baron Grail, I don't even understand. Baron Grail is, like, straight up weak. Yeah, Wildington's very strange. I'm gonna take this direction because I want to get something that, like, I want to get, like, make my stings stronger or something dumb. Tethys' Scales? I don't need the Purified Soul Shard because I've got Herzl's Horde, so I almost never need this. This is giving reroll. Because the only thing here that really matters at all is Tethys' Scales, and even that's kind of mediocre. I hate this 50% chance nonsense. Oh yeah, if you find Slay for him, that makes good sense. Wildington, I do like to hybridize him. Like, usually I'll go one level of the... A lot of the time, I'll go one level of the Sweep Wildington, and then something else. Oh, you're right, I am naming second game heroes, that's true. Tank the run! I mean, you know, Shadow's Sheath on Sweep Wildington would be pretty funny, right? Like, that's actually decent. Because he could just sit there, invisible, sweeping everything to death. Hold on, I have an upgrade, don't I? No sweep today. Can't have it. Yeah, I think we're probably taking Thornlord 2 then. His Enchant Quick doesn't, like, feel great. So the best thing to do with Enchant Quick is you pair him with a sweep unit to actually do the sweeping, which is funny, because you could just make him a sweep unit instead. You can go 1 round of Quick and 1 round of Sweep. Incant +3 attack for a guy who's going to hit once just doesn't feel good, right? Now, if I did Predator, he would wind up having incant for +2 attack, multi-attack 1. But he has really bad HP on that build, and we do have Chosen of Dominion to worry about. If I had the sweep option, I would absolutely take Shadow Sheath and like possibly tank the run, but like holy crap, I could actually avoid some damage. That would be insane. We never get to avoid damage here. Roll it. Sigiled Seaweed is really helpful. Titan's Claws are okay, but they're a little worse when we have Forgone Power. So I'm gonna take the Sigiled Seaweed. This does cut down on a lot of problems. So now we can like fight and kill stuff in the first car without losing our minds. It's not usually Jack in the Box when I have Herzl's Horde. And I only have the one incant guy to set up, right? So what's our build right now? We want Cold Kalia with a bottom floor tank. We want Animus of Will with a tank, and we want Wildington paired with currently the Lodestone Totem. I think Wildington goes with the Lodestone Totem middle car, and Thorned Hollow goes top car with the Animus of Will. Sometimes we might want to pair the Animus of Will with Wildington so that when we target the Animus of Will, Wildington gets bigger. But that does make it a little harder to play Lodestone Totem shenanigans. Sometimes what you want to do is take the small spell gift box and then like duplicate it later. Because I could have like a shitload of stings or steel enhancers in a box or something and then duplicate it and then like play a shitload of spells. And I find you usually do small gift box when you have 0 cost spells that you can like go crazy with. And then we would try to like Empyrean Well it in the next ring, which is ignoring the fact that I absolutely need to check this Stygian Banner and this Merchant of Arms. This is very important. This has to happen. And then I probably need this Merchant of Magic here too. So we're going to be very event heavy. But event heavy I find is usually good when you have Sinner's Salve. This is a number of events that give you corruptions, and you can play the corruptions for free. It's great. So I'm probably not going to get an Empyrean Well, so I think this is large mystery box time. We're just going to send it. Maybe this gives me like outs and cards to play without playing my Frozen Crypt Builder. Oh, cool. -1 energy. Love it. Sure. Let's eat -1 energy for the second time in the run. I mean, humorously, this is like something we can actually play around. That's right, I already took the size bonus. So this takes us down to 2 energy per turn. I forgot that I did that. But now we have to deal with it. That should make this our second floor, I think. Okay. There's an argument for putting a Thorned Hollow here, but with no healing spells, the Thorned Hollow is actually a worse tank than the Shield Steward. Like, funnily enough. Yeah, I'm gonna start scaling here, start the card draw. Be gone. Actually, the Wildwood Sap can kind of, like, make him better. This guy's worthless. I'm gonna not play these so that I can hold the Crypt Builder, even though it compromises Wildington's scaling a bit. There's a possibility that any of those drop the Crypt Builder, and for me, those possibilities become uncomfortably certain. Let's see. Go Root Seeds. Titan's Gratitude. Brings him pretty close to dying. I think he dies top floor. He barely doesn't. Wow. Well, we generated Ice and Fire, so that can kill for us. We don't get the Collector. Alright, we're losing the Cold Kalia. Unless I Crypt Builder. Even if I Crypt Builder, I still lose her. It's 3 attacks for 8. If I Crypt Builder here, I get the Collector. 75 gold. Versus, like, 25 damage on the Crypt Builder permanently. I'll go for the damage. Cool, we finally got, like, the good card, like, last. We have to do it that way. Not that. I think we're in the awkward state where... Oh no, they have 2 attacks. They do attack into the thorns and die. That's good. Oh, we got Spreading Spores for Wildington? That's kind of fun. Let's see. I can play the Crypt Builder here if I want. That does cause these guys to die, right? Yeah, they would die if I play the Crypt Builder. I don't know. I don't think I need to kill them this floor. I think I can actually just play like this. Their attack goes back up to 2 and they die on spikes. Imagine I'm in the run where I took the spikes thing, and where I took the stealth thing. One guy attacks into him, he gets stealth, the rest don't attack the spikes. Oh, that effect is so hard to play with. This guy's gonna give me a bad time. I don't think I have a trick based around restoring retreat to play here. I could technically Siren Song these guys. It saves me like 4 damage on this dude. I don't know that that's ever important. I could also Restoring Retreat him, but I don't have a way to advance him. So if I Restoring Retreat him, he's sitting in the back doing 15 damage. Maybe that matters. Let's try it. Send it. You guys go up top. I think I need to play the Crypt Builder into these guys to win. Yeah, I think Hellhorned is one of the better bets for it. Oh, we're so close. If we're that close, maybe Crypt Builders gets it to us. No, for taking any corruption, the damage we take is too extreme. So we have to just send it on this floor, and then on the next floor, we cast spells to kill him. Brother, this guy stinks. I don't have, like, targets to root seeds or anything like that. Yeah, but he's gonna come out with, like, 52 health, and we've got a frozen Crypt Builder. So if we can discard Crypt Builder on him, we win the fight. Since Kel the Corruptor entered the train silenced, he didn't corrupt the entire train for 5 like he normally would. And that's a huge difference. Here we go. Okay, Wildwood Custodian's probably the pick here. So I don't have a way to play Edge Prior, and I'm not generating enough spikes. And I do like having +1 draw. This is almost certainly Titan's Tooth. I want more offering cards for sure. Offering cards function pretty well with Incant because they do cast themselves. Yeah, I was pretty certain I need to check a Stygian unit here. Is that still true? Yeah, like 110%, isn't it? I need more guys to stand in this stupid train. Okay, I can get the Siren of the Sea. So maybe that makes the floor, like, so I've got 7 size. Is it like Wildington, Animus of Will, Siren? See, if Wildington was size 2, I could do like Wildington, Animus of Will, Lodestone Totem, Siren of the Sea. And that would be a really great floor. I'm still taking this unit. We've got the possibility of an Inferno Room. Spell Sanctum can be pretty strong. What with all of our, you know, bullshit we need to cast. Free Root Seeds is a hell of a drug. And on Herzl's Horde, we can probably deployable that. I've got 8 deployment energy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's a little over for now, but I can start deploying it. Maybe, yeah, like, there's a possibility of booting the Animus, I think. I'm gonna make this deployable, and we're gonna go hard on Spell Sanctum. Can we do anything cool with the Remnant Pact? Not really. It's just safety. It's very helpful against Dominion, because Dominion's gonna melt a lot of dudes. The goofiest thing we can do with it is we can make Wildington endless, and every time we summon him, he, like, gives us 3 more stings. It's not the best, but it's funny. Because I'm pretty sure when he endlesses, I think his incant gets reset. I'm not 100% on that. I have no idea what we're actually going to do against Dominion. I have no idea how I'm beating Kale with this set. I'm gonna take this. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but maybe it does something. Do we need to Inferno Room for Kale? I might have to do it. Yeah, let's send it. Yeah. I'm nervous about that, 150, but... Okay, so the idea is we are Spell Sanctuming on the floor where Wildington and all the incant stuff goes. I think that floor becomes the top floor because we Inferno Room the bottom floor, and that means our second floor is our Cold Kaelia Sweeper. Does that matter? Maybe our second floor is still our Wildington floor, and the top floor is just whatever. Let me see. Let me try it like this. Spell Sanctum here. Got Wildington, the Lodestone Totem, the Siren of the Sea, and the top floor is going to be the Animus of Will, and then other units will be played up here as they can. As I draw them, they'll show up. Huh. Awoken's Railspike is pretty interesting here. Root Seeds, Root Seeds. We can fit the Custodian here. Railspike. That was a bad Railspike. Alright, there are some quick units here, aren't there? I'm still playing my Steel Enhancers up here. This Animus of Will is quick, so pretty good on that front. We are sapping these units into Oblivion as we scale. -8 attack. His base attack is 6. So he goes upstairs and his attack is back to 0. He's still got 0 attack on the next floor. Yeah, I think we let him past. This is where the 150 health becomes problematic. There's my Thornbound Hollow. Oh, we just Siren Song this floor. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. You can all die. That's fine. Ayah. Frenzied Swarm always plays the Crypt Builder if I want to do that. Yeah, Siren Song just, like, solves problems so well. I'm wishing I had the 1 extra energy so I could, like, set up the Inferno Room this turn, but it's a no-go. I think if I discard into Frenzied Swarm and let the Crypt Builder go, we do collect this Collector, and I think I need that. Oh, we took 1 attack there. But it was an attack for, like, the minimum damage. It was, like, 2 damage. Yeah, whatever. Remnant packed it. At some level with these spells, like, yeah, whatever. It's free to play. Just send it. I guess we have a Shard Channeler now, too. It was generated. Okay, let's see. I've got 1 discard spell with the Titan's Tooth, but the Inferno Room and Cycle of Life are not both going to get played here. I think these are easy choices. Then we come up here and look at the problems. I can play Cycle of Life, and the Shield Steward can go to the bottom floor, and then I can 50-50 into the Titan's Tooth, which is helpful in the top cards, kills a couple things. So let me do that. That play will feel really good when the boss shows up. Hey, we hit the 50-50, so that kills this guy in the back, which is nice. These guys are going to get a little bit of their attack back and hit the pyre for a little bit of damage before they die. That's a little more than I wanted. Oh well. This guy will get denied his first resolve stack. That is pretty cool. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, so that's going pretty well. If I drop the Cold Kalia, he gets 6 reanimates out of the deal. So we don't want to do that. Looks like this is probably helical into Titan's Tooth to chop up as much of this guy. Oh, come on. If that hit anything else, if that hit the Cold Kalia or the Titan's Tooth, we'd be so much better off. Why did I go for Gone Power? It's so frustrating. Oh man, we are dying. All this trouble to not kill the boss. Come on. I'm sure we just sap him into oblivion and we get this, right? Yeah, he's sapped. We're in it. We're winning. His attack is 6. It's very, very strong. I mean, it's very strong, but I'm also wondering if I do better if I just have, like, another unit standing back there that is doing damage. It's kind of problematic. Yeah, I'm getting beat up. It's no good. The spikes is not really activating as expected, because we have a little too much sap going in. So I think we do need to flip these floors. Replaying the fight and flipping the floors is arguably a really good idea. Oh, this is a tough choice. We actually have room for the Glacial Seal on our incant floor. Unnamed Tome is godlike, though. Like, really, really, really good. I'm going to take the Glacial Seal because I think we're really, really hard for damage. I need to check the Pyre Remains here. That's non-negotiable at this point. 7 health is just not going to work for me. Okay, we've got an Eternal Stone, Smolder Stone option, but we do not have good consume spells, unfortunately. What do we feel about double stack? What can we double stack? I mean, double stack Siren Song is very funny, but I don't think it's good necessarily. Double stack Titan's Tooth is Frostbite 20. That's kind of fun. 20 magic power consume on a helical crystals I think is fine. I don't really want to be drawing and playing those a lot. They're a little hard to spam. I think I might hit the same logic on the other helical. I don't know. I think sometimes I actually need that damage punch. Yeah, I'm gonna double stack the Titan's Tooth. I don't know, I'm in such a tough spot for damage. We don't have any Train Stewards left, right? No, we've got 2 Shield Stewards. That's right, last turn I played, like... Last fight I played 1 spare Shield Steward just randomly. Let me get rid of 1. Okay, we found the spell chain on Steel Enhancer. Okay, event. Okay. Well, we're I want a Stable Shard here because we get full Pyre health and a bunch more Pyre health. There's no way I take the Unstable Shard when my game is this rough, even though Unstable Shard is pretty good with Animus of Will. So the unfortunate thing about this fight is I have no idea how to set up my cars because this fight is like night and day depending on when we get Inferno Room. I think what I'm going to try is just spell Sanctum in the top floor with my Siren and Lodestone. And then we'll do, I'm going to start with a Thorned Hollow here and try to backfill this. And the 3 stings hopefully, like, help us get the Inferno Room as soon as possible. Until the Inferno Room comes out, we're in a really bad way. Now, on the plus side, they're silenced on this floor, so they won't eat on this floor. But I'm going to have a hard time punching through these guys to stop them from eating anyway, so... Well, that's a cool turn. There's the Inferno Room. That's absolute priority. Even though we're in threat of death here. I think this is the turn where we just, like, goofily play the Remnant Pact on him. We're gonna lament that these 2 Siren Songs are in our hand, and we're gonna need one of them next turn. Let's see. Sys damage is 14. It's 20 damage. So we could just Steel Enhancer through this, actually. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So finally we can play these for nothing, and they trigger our incants. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Yeah, because these Vampiric Cherubs are giving plus attacks, is why this guy's, like, multi-attacking for a shitload. Okay, so we're killing the Ravenous Zealot. The Vampiric Cherub and Kale are both going to feed the Axe Thrower, right? And the Axe Thrower goes up top, dealing like 24 damage. Yeah, we took 26. This is so much like, can we actually stabilize? I can play the Cold Kalia here. Helps a little bit, not a lot. Bramble Lash is technically 20 damage. I thought the Glacial Seal has been really late. That's supposed to help me kill on this floor. I can't really play the Wildwood Custodian. Like, I just can't get away with it in a meaningful way, so he needs to go. The Chosen Bastion is going to have, like, negative attack when he goes upstairs. He should be killed without doing damage. Okay, he dealt 1 damage, that's fine. Okay, we're in decent shape here. I finally got my Animus of Will. The Thorned Hollow appears to be dying. But this is only 15 damage coming in. So, once again, I can slip out of that. This is not quite working. How much do I need to spike the Stygian for to live? Because I want to play the Glacial Seal up top. Spike of the Stygian for 1 is 1 sap, which is 2 less damage, which changes this 15 into 13. So I need to Spike of the Stygian for 2, unfortunately. But I still get to play a couple things. So I can do those. And then I need to do this on one of these guys. We'll do Spike on you. And we'll move on. Okay, how are we doing up here? That's an easy play. Easy, easy. Okay, once again, I wish I had the Frostbite guy back here, because we'd be getting the kill. This is minimal pyre damage. It's okay to let that through. With the 5 sap on him, he gets to do like 1 damage. Here, we're taking 8. Oh my god, I can't climb out of 8 damage. Unless I hit the Guardian's Amulet, actually. It's fine. Oh no, 8, that's enough, actually. We're okay on that. But I will also do this. This means we don't get the spikes damage on the Ravenous Zealot, but this guy's only got 3 spikes, so I can't cultivate him. And that's such a bummer. Okay, here we go. Glacial Seal. We get the Root Seeds. This guy's in danger again, so I have to think about if I care. Siren Song him because it dazes the boss for 3 turns. It's free to play. It's just really, really good. Card just keeps working. I think I might need to give up on the Thorned Hollow so I can Steel Enhance with the Animus of Will, who's supposed to be like the real character in this car. Like, honestly, the amount of times I've Steel Enhanced the Thorned Hollow here is just not acceptable. It's not a winning strategy. I think I just want to spike Kale into the floor. This guy's coming up with like 80 health. Will we kill that? Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Hold the Crypt Builder. Because we're still trying to hold out for Crypt Builder carry in the late game. I think we've got this from this point. Oh, hey, cool. Harness the Titans is nice. And yeah, you can go upstairs. Just keep incanting for stats. And the second floor is also turned into a throwaway sideshow. But the throwaway sideshow is apparently doing 1,400 damage to Kale because his sap is so enormous. He barely gets to play. Spell weakness doesn't matter. I'll play these out. And then, Urchin Spines, whatever. Yeah, we deal 1853. And then we kill top floor effortlessly. He finally started attacking. So he gets a lot of time to sit with his Frostbite 60. And here he's like super dead. And in case he wasn't dead enough, I take all of his attack away. There we go. Ooh, Wildwood Tome might be interesting. What can I do with the Wildwood Tome? So if we get the sweep adjustment on Wildington, it could be good, because he starts quick sweeping, and I can put him on the second floor, and he becomes like really defensively apt, because he gets up to like 100 damage. And then that becomes something pretty good. And Deep Offering is okay. I'm gonna take the Tome here. I think the Tome's alright. Make Wildington read some books. Do I have upgrade slots that matter? So Cold Kalia upgrades pretty well. The Animus of Will probably needs more health to live. That the same might be true of a lot of things. Double Strike is very effective on the Siren of the Sea. Yeah, it's definitely this side. Got Titanite, Large Stone, Strength Stone, Heartstone. Okay. We do have the sweep option if we want it. So we could do like a quick sweep incant Wildington on our second floor. And then the top floor is just the Thorned Hollow with the Animus of Will. And the top floor probably just friggin' dies. Like, there's not much we can do to support it. We're like a one floor build, which is really bad. But if you're gonna have a one floor build, you better root stuff to that floor, I'll tell you what. Okay. We can Titan Stone, Large Stone our Spiky Boy to try and prevent him from dying. It's probably the best bet that floor has of living at all. It's 185 out of our 350, which leaves us with like... leaves us like with like 125? No, it's not right. We have less than 200 remaining gold. I think we have like 175 left over, which is just enough to re-roll and check for multi-strike, kind of. But I'm pretty sure I need to Heartstone the Animus of Will for it to live. So that's an easy choice. That has to happen. I think the Large Stone is maybe the obvious one here. We've got 7 spaces in our top row. So that's 4, 5, 6. 7 with the Wildwood Custodian, I think is the way we do it. And then Cold Kaylee is homeless. It's very nice to watch Kale like suffer and die. Yeah, I mean, I think I play it like this because the Thorned Hollow is just kind of useless if I don't give him upgrades like this. We're below the threshold where we can re-roll into anything useful. So I think we have to move on. I can re-roll into the 2 unique upgrades for my factions, which is what? It's the plus 10 health and thorns. I don't know what the Stygian the Stygian upgrade is incant for armor, right? It's not good enough here. It doesn't move the needle enough. Right, it's Vortex. Are our stewards gone? No, there's still a steward. Get rid of you. You are a dead draw. And then I think I'm getting rid of one of my root seeds. They are kind of weak. It was either one of the root seeds or one of the foregone powers. I think they're kind of 6 or 1 there. I'm gonna take this. And the funny thing about taking this is the units that are not killed by Inferno Room get to move up. But nothing gets to move ever again after that because they get rooted in place. Now, the argument against rooting on the second floor is it means I'm not going to be able to play Siren Song outside of boss fights. I can still use Siren Song in boss fights to silence bosses. Okay. Now that I have the bonus energy, I can set up like this. We can also get Cold Kalia out of hand, although I don't think we're going to be doing much with Cold Kalia. They're just kind of sacrificial at this point. Incant me up. Yeah, I'll play a Razor Sharp to my sweep unit here. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna do that there so he actually builds up some spikes this time. Let me see. I don't know if there's ever a danger of the Lodestone Totem ever getting swept, because I think these sweep units just lose all their attack. So the Remnant Pact probably just does nothing here. Inferno Room collects the Collector for me. Thank you. Wait, does the Collector get silenced out of his Extinguish? No, he didn't actually get silenced. Okay, good. Quick, very useful. Focused Growth will go down here. One's Titan's Gratitude him. Oh, they come in with Mute, so they don't Pyre Hunt on the bottom floor. That's so nice. Oh, I need to play this Glacial Seal. Whoops. We don't need to play the Crypt Builder here. These guys have no attack. They can hang out. Okay, our deck feels like it does things now. That's great. That's great. Good for me. It certainly took a while. Let's see. We jeopardize Crypt Builder if we play the discard card, so I'm just gonna hardcast the Titan's Tooth, I think. Yeah, enjoy Rooted and a shitload of Frostbite. It's pretty funny. Let's see, we've got 4 units coming up here. The Resolve on the Chosen Prayer Stone gets silenced, thankfully. So Athane doesn't get the Resolve effect that would normally give it plus 15 attack. Let's see. Yeah, I really wanted him dead to like make sure there's as few obstacles as possible. Alright, I think we're in pretty good shape. These guys in the back never attack Athane, so they won't get killed by spikes. But I have to think very carefully about whether or not we're casting spells. This does give the boss a bunch of spikes if we do. Okay, we don't have to. Cool. Honestly, sweep and big values is pretty effective on this boss anyway. Of course, it's spikes. You just want to have like a big single attacker that's going to clobber everything. I don't think we're playing Restoring Retreat here. Pyre Shards is actually neat. I'm down with Pyre Shards. Ooh, Harness the Titan. I think that helps us a pretty good bit. Yeah, we'll take that. It's very easy for us to play it on our Spell Sanctum floor. We get to, like, loop back through it a couple of times. All right, Merchant of Magic or Trinkets. So the Empyrean Well over here could duplicate our 680 damage Crypt Builder. That's very exciting, naturally. We can get almost full value out of this Pyre Remains. I think duplicating at the Empyrean Well is probably the strongest single action we can take. So I'm going to go over here. Checking on Trinkets. The Versatile Ember Staff is pretty easy to use for the most part. Because I've got a lot of Blights that I can play, I've got a lot of spells that I can play. But I don't really have, like, equipment or rooms, and I don't have that many units. So in terms of the Versatile Ember Staff, we're looking at it probably only triggering on, like, one turn, which is the turn where I play the Wildwood Custodian. Unless we're planning on units dying a bit more, and then I wind up using the Wildwood Custodian or something like that with the Remnant Pact as a tank, in which case it gets really strong. Let me try that. I think duplicating the Crypt Builder is an obvious play. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to process my removals, which I think is going to be 1 or 2 Forgone Powers. You remove at least one of these, then think about it. Might be a Root Seeds here. I have 4 of each. I'll remove a Root Seeds. On the Merchant of Magic, we have an Eternal Stone. Okay. Holy Stone is going to go down on Titan's Tooth. That's pretty good healing when we can line that up. We can do more magic power on, like, a Helical Crystals, or on a Titan's Gratitude, actually. I like that on Titan's Gratitude. And then I think I want to re-roll here. It's possible. I didn't do the math on Guild Marker. What I should have thought about on Guild Marker is it was worth multiplying our gold by 25%. And that way I could have, like, just done the math real quick. Like, is 25% of my gold more than 130? And I think when I first came into the floor, it might have been by a bit, because we had more than 600 gold. So this was actually a gain that I missed. I'm not taking Volas because I have a Spell Sanctum. Cuddlebeard is awesome, and Crown of the Eternal is awesome. Really good hits there. Really, really good stuff. And we have a free random Eternal Stone that I'm going to put on the Focused Growth. So that makes it free on my Sanctum floor. Okay, I'm going to set up the same way I did. So my game plan for Dominion Seraph is we basically want to set his attack to 0, and then he doesn't spread corruption anymore. So we have a limited tolerance. We've got, like, a time limit to do that, and I don't have dualism on my Lodestone. But basically the prompt is, when he hits this floor, we have to play 10 spells that turn. Full health and then swap. It actually does put more attack on the Animus of Will, funnily enough. Sure, I'll try it. Locks us out of the Titan's Tooth, though. I want to keep the Crypt Builder frozen in hand. Okay, the Inferno Room is a must-play. Now, unfortunately, we are going to eat a bunch of corruption on Wild Intent from these guys, and there's nothing I can do about that. I didn't draw a unit to put in front of him here. Got his attack down to 4. He's going to get to do this once. And that winds up with 26 corruption on Wildington, which he can deal with because of the Crown of the Eternal. But it might get a little bit worse. Okay. We can set up an infinite custodian block. So where do I need to do that? Do I need to do that here or here? For this turn, I'm going to do it here. And I think I can blow up these guys with just spells. I want to Wildwood Sap him. The other one I'll just throw out here. And I'll just do that for the incant. Okay. Bring back the infinite Wildwood. Okay, we've zeroed out Seraph. The Glacial Seal, unfortunately, is not going to make a showing today, because blocking Seraph Eternus is more important. Okay, he's got 0 attack, so I don't need to play the Custodian on that floor. We are losing the Lodestone Totem to passive bullshit. That really sucks. The Lodestone Totem was very important to our strategy. We're losing the Animus of Will to passive bullshit. This boss is really, really, really lame. I think I need to just cast again on this floor. So the Siren of the Sea outclimbs the corruption because we cast enough spells. Wildington deals with the corruption because he's got Crown of the Eternal. The Wildwood Custodian just comes back all the time. So we can probably win on the same floor. It's possible I might need to do that. Like throw some of these regeneration effects on the Lodestone Totem. If I only need 8 regeneration, it's very doable. So I'm gonna have to think about that. We can pass here, right? I'm taking 3 damage. I need these guys to not attack because they apply corruption. Oh, right. So he applies 4 corruption as an action even if he doesn't attack. Like an asshole. Well, I can play this Mollusk Mage. Keeps the Mollusk Mage alive a little longer. I'm not applying sap anymore, so he's doing his thing. Let's throw the Crypt Builder. Actually, playing the Crypt Builder there doesn't change much. I'm like, half my brain is thinking about how to replay this fight right now, rather than how to win at the moment, because I don't think we win like this. That helps. Maybe the Siren of the Sea is the real carry. Because it has a lower amount of corruption on it. That card stayed in my hand out of pure spite. Because once the boss comes in for realsies, the Crown of the Eternal doesn't really do any more work for me at that point. That has to come out. We're harnessing. Sting. I really wish the Siren of the Sea had caught the multi-strike this run. Okay, what shape are we in right now? We are woefully behind our target. That has changed very, very little. I'm going to check the next turn, and then we'll probably have to just reload the fight, see what we can do. Because I really think this boss has to be sapped into oblivion when we go into the final fight. Because there's not an amount of tanking through this boss, really. It's very sad for Awoken. That's one of our key moves. Okay, so let's try this being doing more to preserve our lodestone totem, because it seems it's like the reason we live. Okay, I'm also not going to play the adaptive mutation this time. Crypt Builder the boss a bit more often, too. Focus less on scaling the Crypt Builder and more on, like, getting the payoff. Mollusk Mage sitting in front eats the corruption from all these misshapen fiends. Need to play the Inferno Room. I'm gonna endless the Lodestone Totem for security. Okay, got the boss down to 8 attack. I'm gonna block this with the Wildwood Custodian. We're not gonna have him for the rest of the fight. One Wildwood Sap there. Daze the boss. Steel Enhancers to help tank. Let's go up to regen 10. And just play out the hand for incants. On Daze, I think the boss doesn't act either. Yeah, Daze also blocks action. I'm gonna bring in the Glacial Seal this time. Should help me push more damage. Adaptive Mutation can only work on friendlies. I can't use it to pop an enemy who's at 0 damage. Show me another Siren Song. Oh, thank goodness. We might be able to just take this one on better draw RNG. I need to play this first. So I can guarantee that I could play both of these if I wanted to, but I'm going to hold the Crypt Builder. Because Crypt Buildering this Blightbound Guardian does nothing. Siren Song has won me so many runs. My goodness. It's a disgustingly good card. Okay. It's not back to party just yet, but we still got 2 turns of days. Let's get some damage in there. Okay, I don't have another means of putting days on the boss. He's on the bottom row. Just is what it is. Okay, we got the most incants we could. Okay, we still have our sap boy. And the boss is at 14 sap, so it's 4 rounds before he starts attacking, before I start casting bullshit. We hit a Preserved Thorns in the last moment. Also, the boss is dead. Keep playing stuff, though, because it's cathartic. I want to hold the Crypt Builder, because it's value for the next fight. Whew! We play this for offering. Not for offering, for Holy Stone. We got him! I couldn't do that without the incant Frostbite guy too. Use Vital. Had to happen. Okay. I don't know how well we do against the Titans. We're gonna have to find out. Siren Song helps a lot, obviously. The Cuddlebeard is also really good, given the way we're doing Frostbite. Frostbite does not decay is pretty powerful when you're doing it in little chunks. But also just, like, apply +1 Frostbite's really... no, it's actually +2 stacks. +2 stacks is like having dualism for our little guy in the back. Okay, thankfully for this fight, they pretty much play fair in terms of they have to kill your front guy before they go through him. The unfortunate thing is they're really good at killing your front guy. So we're gonna slow it down up here. Oh no, this guy's immune to daze. That's right. I always forget that. I'm not going to let that happen, actually. We will absolutely replay the first play of that turn. So that I can Siren Song Dominion instead. Let's see. Having a Spike of the Stygian here is kind of interesting. I think I want to focus on developing board. So I'm going to play it out like this. And I'm going to play the Spike here just because it has the +1 value from the Spell Sanctum. And it gets me the incants. Okay. The Inferno Room goes out, saves us from the Chosen Supplicant doing nasty things to us. And hats. How do we feel about Remnant Pact? We'll put it on the single unit that carries the run. I think that's what we do with Remnant Pact here. Root Seeds. It looks like we can play out. Just gonna hard cast that. There's our Glacial Seal. Okay, I think I put both my Wildwood Saps on the Thorn Hollow here. And then play out the rest of my hand on the lower floor. Okay, so middle entropy is sapped into oblivion. It's pretty nice. Savagery is mostly sapped into oblivion. I think I can play these. It means that my Animus and my Thorned Hollow are going to pretty much stop doing damage. But I think that's fine. Because our Incanters outscale this for sure. Got a cool Rail Spike here. Nice. I have randomly generated some absolutely vital cards this playthrough. Yeah, we will get a little Pyre Hunted occasionally. We harness. Higher Light. Give him some more Wildwood Sap. Between these two, I choose Titan's Tooth. I'm gonna put the Cuddle Hex down here so I don't redraw it. Oh, hey, a Sting. And I get the Crypt Builder now. Looks like we've done a lot of damage to Savagery. He is a lot further along than I would have expected. We do have an Incanter here, but we're quick sweeping the car, so I think I can play into him and it's fine. He doesn't buff the bosses. I have allowed him to hilariously buff the basic units. Like, look at the attack values on these guys. The Reanimator also doesn't get immediately killed on the sweep. So, like, if I overbuffed him, that would actually be dangerous. Peekaboo. Thankfully, Wild Intent just heals out of the damage. And the other units get swept. This Titan fight went a lot more smoothly than I was expecting. I was worried that the damage would actually be too much, and I would, like, lose the top floor and get Pyre Hunted a bunch and stuff. But, yeah, Lodestone Totem MVP. To think that there was a possibility of me picking the other Siren instead of Lodestone Totem would have lost the run, for sure. And he's effectively dead. So I can throw my future Crypt Builders theoretically at Dominion if I get through a Spell Shield. We'll fling some spikes at his Spell Shield. We're into Wave 9. This is later than I usually go for this fight. But we're very good at enduring a lot of this. Sting, sting. I forgot the harness before stinging. Oops. It's getting spell shielded anyway, so it's not, like, a big difference. I'm just gonna spike him. Get spiked. I don't want to play Crypt Builder into him while he has spell shield, so I'm just gonna hold off on that. Yeah, Shadow Sheath, of course, would have tanked the run. Shadow Sheath tanks most runs. It tanks runs more often than it wins. I would love to see stats on how bad that thing is. So we actually have silence here from the Chosen Herald, but it looks like we are getting through it. Sting, Siren Song. He still has stealth, so he's not being killed by the quick sweep. I don't know what's killing him. There's no unstable on the floor. Oh, he has one attack. He attacks into spikes and dies. Yeah, you can still kill people with spikes. I think the Crypt Builder hits. Yeah, because it goes in sequence and we win the fight. Because the sweep and the frostbite kill entropy there. That is correct. Yeah. Shadow Sheath, I think, can win a run. I think it absolutely has the potential to do so. And if it doesn't win the run, it probably kills you. It's binary, complete binary. I finished off my cup of tea. We mastered a lot of new cards. This is actually one of the first times I've had Lodestone Totem offered to me. This is just a sickeningly good card. Like, that was a basically unupgraded Lodestone Totem carrying the run for us.